Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight it's about ticking boxes. Now, I started a list of 2024 wish list and I put in 5 whiskies that I would really like to try this year, and it was a tall list. It was a difficult to find list, and I'm super excited. I mean, within 2-3 hours of putting the video up, I went online, I did a little bit of research, and I found the first one. Cost a bloody arm and a leg, but I was excited to try it, and you can experience this with me tonight and to see my reaction on something that has been on the radar for quite some time. And of course, I will put a link on the end card if you want to go check out my full list. And well, maybe you can even assist me in finding some of these little gems. So tonight I am definitely ticking the first box. It comes with a little bit of a excitement, it comes with a little bit of a rant. It seems that I've been doing some real rants the last couple of videos. Feels like I'm getting fed up with, well, especially the prices of whiskey. It comes with a little pinch of salt. Well, it comes with a little bit of a tear or two, mainly in the credit card. I think my credit card is not happy with this purchase, but yeah, we need to live together, so I will give it a little cool off period in the next couple of weeks so that he can also recover from the shocking experience of buying a Springbank 21. And you might say, yeah, that's not really a full bottle. I can tell you a sample costs a hell of a lot of money. You can get a decent bottle of whiskey for the price of a wee sample. So tonight it's all about Springbank, the Springbank distillery, the ups and downs, the scarcity of the whiskey, finding something. Even in Belgium, it's really difficult to find any Springbank whiskey. From the 12 up to the 17, 18, 15, you cannot buy it. It is not available. You can go online, not available, except for the 10-year-old. And that was a little bit of a surprise for me as well, that in the last couple of shops where I went, physical shops, I walked in there and there it is, 10-year-old Springbank. All of them are the same price here in Belgium, 69 euros. So a little bit of a happiness to find something here that is available. The sample that I bought was still available. Well, if you bought it online in this shop for a 21-year-old, that was first came out 350 euros for a bottle, and yeah, no longer available, only samples available. So if you're fast and you can send me a little message, I will tell you where to find the sample. Be prepared to pay quite a lot of money, about 30 odd euros for a sample, so it is expensive, but yeah, it is, at least it is available and you get an opportunity to try a 21-year-old. Now yesterday I went to walkabout, went to all these little shops here in Brussels, and had a nice conversation with all the people working there. And one of them, well, we were talking of politics of prices, and for them as well, they really see a huge increase for Japanese whiskies, Springbank whiskies, and another, well, all other whiskies in the last 2 years. It is not linked to indexation and anything like that. It is just went straight up exponentially. So that was a nice conversation, and I could also see how much that they pay for it. The margin is very thin here in Belgium, and of course people want to buy online, and for them it's killing their business. Online is seem to be the choice of many people, and of course they are feeling the pinch. So if I have an opportunity to go visit a shop, a brick and mortar shop, of course I will do it, and I intend to pay a little bit more for it, but I think it is the right thing to do. So on the Springbank, I've tried numerous ones. I'm not going to put links on it, so if you go to my page, homepage, of course, and you can go look. I've tried a 10-year-old, was not super impressed with it. It was just my first one that I tried, and of course the hype is there, and not always all the people's tastes are the same. So it might be that you see a video online and people rant and rave about it and they are just fantastic. You buy it and you're not happy. Well, peer pressure, as you can see on the end there, that is a Springbank 10. So there is some batch variations. So sometimes it's a hit and miss. From what I heard from many people, don't give up if you didn't get the perfect one the first time. So sometimes it's always a good idea, just give it a try before you go spend a lot of money on this one. So I've tried the 12-year-old, the 15-year-old Springbank for me was really nice. Then I got my little mitts on a 17-year-old. Ooh, that one was fantastic. And of course an 18-year-old. And if I have to pick something that I would really love to buy again, it's going to be the 17-year-old. But tonight it's all about the 21-year-old. Sorry about that long introduction, but I think it is important that when you buy or see a whiskey, you need to go through the journey. What have you tried? Is it a whiskey that is going to be in your palate range, in the aromas that come off? Is that the ones that you like? And of course, if you're not going to buy 10, 20 bottles a month, you rather save up a little bit, pay a little bit more for a whiskey, but buy one every 2 months and you buy something that you really want and you're really going to enjoy. So 21 years old, from the Springbank distillery. It is matured ex-bourbon cask. They have ex-sherry cask, ex-port cask. So a little trio of casks that I do appreciate all of them. And I'm always looking forward for something that comes with a little bit of a sherry. If they have add a little bit of a Pedro Jimenez sherry cask there, a trifecta plus one, I think I would definitely have been very happy to try it. So this is the 2021 edition. It is bottled at 46% ABV and there was 3,600 bottles produced. So I think if you do a little bit of research, you definitely still going to find a bottle. Yeah, a lot of money. Is it worth it? Well, the thing is for me, if it's worth it, it is a little bit like you're getting an upgrade on the airline. You get there at the counter, they say, sir, you are a fantastic client and we're going to upgrade you to first class. Emirates, they did it for me, fantastic. The only problem with that, you have now flown first class and you realize how nice it is. Going back to economy class, of course, it is impossible now. Even fantastic business class, you sit back and I need first class. So is that going to translate to the whiskey as well? Is it going to be like, well, all the no age statement whiskies, all the cheap whiskies, all the budget whiskies is going to be pushed one side because I've been spoiled to trying something that's 21 years old and of course costing a bloody fortune. But so I did pour it some time ago. It is quite a light whiskey for 21 years. Maybe you can see the nice golden color to it, very light, sherry cask. Now I'm thinking that it must not have been a lot of sherry in the scars left. There's a little bit of a oiliness to it. There's nice, long, slow legs just drizzling down the glass. And when you get to the nose. And the nose for me, oh, the nose is so nice. But before I go on, as a quick reminder and a request, like, share and subscribe. Of course, there's some Patreon account and there's a little bit of a super chat, or you can also become a member of the channel. All of these little buttons that you can press to find out more about the channel. Money doesn't come to me, it goes to kids in South Africa. And every month on the 20th, we send everything that we get from YouTube, friends, family, and we send that money to South Africa 100%. And that money is used to pay for food for 75 kids. So give it a go if you want to contribute. Now back to the nose. It is lovely. It is sweet. And I can feel my credit card wiggling here in my pocket. Stop it. But it is lovely. It is sweet. It's friendly. But there's a strangeness to it. It is not an average whiskey. Some people call it the Springbank funk. Well, I'm not 100% sure what each person that say that, what do they mean. But what I do pick up, there is definitely, comparing to any other whiskey in the Isla region, Highlands, there's a difference. There's a noticeable different aroma coming out, a pleasant aroma coming out. For this one, definitely give it a little bit of time in the glass. If you open up that bottle and you pour it and you try to get that aromas, it feels like it's a little bit, well, tight, closed. It's not releasing the lovely light sweetness in it. But not a lot of time, 15, 20 minutes, it keeps on evolving. It keeps on becoming sweeter for me. It becomes a little bit more intense on the flavor. And it is sweet. Now there is a hint of smoke. If I have to guess, maybe 4 or 5 parts per million on the phenols. If you compare to a Lefroy, which is about 45 around there, Octomore 100 and something. So there is a smoke, but sometimes you really have to look for it. And if you keep on nosing it, it disappears and you are left with no smoke on it. And if I have to describe that initial smokiness, there's a little bit of a savory note, a little bit of a hammy note, and that saltiness. So a nice salted ham with a little bit of a smoke ring on it, but very faint, almost sometimes undetectable. And if I go back now, after, well, nosing it quite for some time, I don't really get that smoke on it anymore. So sweet, definitely, that hint of that smoke, a little bit of a saltiness, a little salty air coming through. I get loads and loads of vanilla. Now, sherry and port, I'm a little bit surprised that they are not playing a big game in this whiskey. It's like that tug of war, well, three ways. Everybody's trying to put their notes out, but I think the American oak definitely won in this one. That American oaky sweetness coming out really nice. Now, it is bottled at 46% ABV. Normally, if you give it a little bit of an agitation, you stick the big snores in, there's nothing. That's definitely like 40% ABV for me. Again, I can just go in. That friendliness is there, that balance is there, that smoothness is there, that little caramel note coming out, a little bit of butterscotchy type of note coming out. But again, every time it's butterscotch with a hint of salt, everything with a hint of salt. A little, that nice salty briny note coming in, but it's very delicate and well, just fantastic. And every now and again I also get to a hint of a citrus note, especially if it's not far from the nose. A little citrus note, a little bit of a caramel note coming out. Really fantastic on the nose. Now if it translates to a fantastic taste, giving me this note, I will be happy. Credit card is going to start crying. So on the taste, cheers. Definitely that smoke, you get it on the taste. You get a sweet, it's a savory, a little meaty, and very light, very delicate. Cask management on this one, I think, is great. They know what they are doing. The first thing that I always think, 21 years old, it's going to be oaky, it's going to be bitter, it's going to have quite a lot of that tannins in it, that bitterness, that, well, the notes that I don't really enjoy that much. None of it. Not even a hint of it in the first sip. But of course, sometimes it can build up. Let's see. Cheers. Now, it does feel like it's a little bit watered down. And I'm a little bit surprised with that. I was expecting a little bit more bolder flavors. You have 3 great casks involved. It's definitely not complex, and I think a lot of people is not going to agree with me. It feels a little bit on the thin side. The oiliness, there's zero oiliness on the taste. It looks like it's nice oily in the glass, but as soon as you put it in your mouth, there's no oily mouthfeel. That leaves my mouth a little bit on the dry side. Not a bad thing, but definitely there is something that tells me there's no viscosity, there's no creamy note to it. The bourbon notes is there. I get a lot of the caramel notes in it. Not getting any of the saltiness in it. Let me just try again. Oh, but it is really good. Now, 46%, it drinks like 40% for me. There's no harshness. There's no sharp edges to it. Mellow, it's drinkable, but still not complex. It feels like every time that I go back, I'm not picking up something new. I'm not picking up something strange. I'm not picking up something that shocks the system, that shocks the palate, that shocks the whole idea of, well, am I really drinking a 21-year-old whiskey? Now, I know that a lot of people will, well, they rant and rave about it. They think it is the best thing since sliced toast. For me, it is lovely, it's drinkable, it's friendly, it's a little bit watered down, it's bloody expensive, if you can find it. And, well, let me know in the comment what you think. Are you willing to pay a lot of money for this whiskey? Now, I see it when it was available, that full bottle in the online store. It was 348 euro. Now, if you can find it, you are going to pay between 900 and 2,000 euros for a bottle. Now, I do not know how people get to some of these prices. How is it possible that one shop can sell it for 900 and the top one that I could find was 1,999 euros for the same bottle. The 2021 edition, 3,600 bottles. If I bought that one when it came out, I can now also put it on the secondary market for more than 1,000. Make a lot of money. Well, I think that is just a terrible thing. You are blocking the whole system. And yeah, I'm not going to go into a rant about that. It's all about, for me, am I willing to buy this bottle? I think if I can get it for a decent price, if I can get it for 300, 350, I might consider it. But when I realize I have so many other whiskeys still waiting to be reviewed, I've got another one that's coming up next, a 22-year-old Irish whiskey. I did a sneak nose and a taste. Oh my word, it is fantastic. So there is so many great whiskies out there at a lot lesser price. So if I can get a sample, and of course on samples as well, and I'm really ranting and raving today, a lot of my subscribers reached out to me and asked if I want to try something special. They bought and they are willing to send me a sample of it. Of course, just reach out. I will gladly take that sample and I will gladly do a review on it. Just reach out and of course, let's talk whiskey. So this one, lovely nose, light, friendly, lovely taste to it. Everything is lovely. Everything is delicate. Everything is just a well-balanced whiskey. Am I willing to buy it at that price? I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. It is a little bit too expensive for me, but I'm glad that I had this opportunity to try something that is special in a lot of people's mind. So that's me on the 21 Springbank 46% ABV, natural color, non-chill filtered, ticking the boxes, and of course ticking the box of my 5 whiskies I would love to review. So like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for the next box that needs to be ticked. Going to be very difficult to find it. So thank you, and I see you next time. Cheers.